Texas Tornadoes, and this is Texas music.
We're the Trishas, and this is Texas music.
Hi, my name is Blue Edmondson, and this is the Texas music scene with Ray Benson.
Welcome back, folks. You know, there's one iconic name that put the outlaw in the outlaw country music movement of the 1970s. He put the West Texas town of Littlefield on the map, and he's our Texas legend this time, Waylon Jennings.
It's been making me lonesome, ornery and mean.
Waylon Jennings, just everything he did. I mean, he was absolutely like the kind of, you know, tougher than Elvis up there with Johnny Cash, like superstar, you know? I mean, he was the ultimate tough guy who was articulate enough to say what was on his mind, say what was in his heart. I mean, he was to music, you know, what somebody like John Wayne was to movies, and his records never get old for me.
The first time we met was at one of his shows, and he was playing here in Austin, and I was living not far, so I just walked over to the concert, and I didn't, you know, Jack Ingram was on the show. I wasn't on the show, but I wanted to see it, and he was sitting in a golf cart next to Pootie Lock's mom. Pootie Lock, you know, obviously from Willie Nelson's old road crew, but rest in peace, bro. But you know, I said, I saw Mama Lock. I said, Mama Lock. I said, hey, meet him. And she called me over, and I shook his hand, and I was like, hey, I'm Pat Green, and man, he knew who I was. I was like, oh my God, if Waylon knows who I am, I must have done something right somewhere down the road. And I guess the shock in my eyes must have been really evident when I realized that he knew who I was. That was, you know, that's plenty for me.
This time will be the last time.
Waylon Jennings, one of the things that stands out in my mind, whether it's his sound or just the way the guy looks or put it across, you just don't really mess with it, you know what I mean? And nobody could touch it. I love his records, man. Just the sound, his guitar playing, his songwriting, his blues influence, just that rock and roll influence still stuck with him over the years. He brought drums and things back into country recordings. Sorely missed, and definitely a huge influence.
You have to be a fan of Waylon, and just the voice in general, you know, and then just the reputation the guy had. And he picked the good tunes, he wrote the good tunes, he hung out with the right songwriters. He had a sound unlike anybody else, and still does. I mean, there's been so many people that try to, you hear that phase or a flange, and you automatically think, well, they're trying to sound like Waylon. And he cornered the market on that sound. We did a tribute record, actually, and we did a Red River tribute to him. And it was live and cheap, but we got the point across.
Yes, the door is always open, and the lights on in the hall.
I don't know how you can be a Texas singer-songwriter and not love Waylon Jennings. Those guys, man, back in the whole outlaw movement, they were doing exactly what we're doing now. Thumbing their nose at the industry and doing their own thing and making it all about the fans and great music. And you know, he'll always be a hero in my book.
That whenever Waylon sings, it's like, you know, there's two words, and it's just like the truth. You know, it's like when you hear that guy sing, it's just like no matter what, you know, he could sing, you know, a Geico commercial, and it would sound, it's the truth. You could tell that when Waylon was going to walk off stage, if you were watching on TV or wherever, you know, that something fun was fixing to happen, you know, and that always really intrigued me.
Waylon Jennings, to me, is one of the most identifiable, recognizable artists ever, as far as, you know, sound, image, attitude, the whole thing, and it's one of the few people you can go into a studio and say, I want to do a Waylon song. Everybody knows what you're talking about, and that's a good thing.
I've always been crazy, but it's kept me from going insane.
Waylon Jennings. We sure do miss him. Stay with us, folks. Brandon Ryder plugs in and rips into his tune, Rock Angel, when we come back.